welcome to another episode of Don't Know, Ask Father Touzeau. Today I want to talk to you, and a lot of people have asked me about what is it like in seminary. You know, some people have the idea that maybe in seminary that we are kind of like cloistered. In other words, we're there and we can't leave the seminary. What's seminary life like? Are we locked in, kind of like nuns that are in a convent that are cloistered, they can't get away? Well, I'm just here now to let you know what seminary life is like. And really, it's a whole lot like regular college, because I did go to college before. And so I know a little bit about the college life and the seminarian life. So in seminary, we're not locked in, okay? We can go and come, no problem. But I can take you through a day too. And of course, with studying to be a priest and being formed to be a priest, the focus is prayer. And so our whole day and our whole time there really is focused on prayer. And so our day revolves around prayer and prayer to Jesus. So usually 4 days a week, 5 days a week, we get up in the morning and we have morning prayer, usually at 7:30 for us. Morning prayer, then breakfast. We do this as a whole seminary together. Then we have class. So we have regular, normal classes. But, you know, since we are studying to be priests, our classes are mostly theology, philosophy, classes like that. Okay, so we go to class in the morning. We stop. In the middle of the day, we have Mass, usually at 11:30. So we all stop. We go to Mass together again. Then after Mass, we have lunch together. And then after lunch, we go back to class in the afternoon. Now, in the afternoon, we have time, you know, between classes or when our classes are done, and we have time to do some other things, normal things that guys do in college. So there on our campus, we had a swimming pool, we had tennis courts, we have a big gym where you could play basketball or any other sport that you would like in there. We had a great workout room where guys could exercise. We had grounds there, about 40 to 50 acres with trails that we could walk in the woods, along the river. So it was a pretty nice seminary that I attended. So we could do that in the afternoon, normal everyday stuff. And then after that, we would have evening prayer, always set together. So we would start the day with prayer, end the day, our regular day with prayer, evening prayer, and then after that, we would have dinner all together. So that was pretty much every day. After dinner, we had our free time again, for the most part, where we could socialize together. We could go out and see a movie if we wanted to. I mean, we weren't really locked into having to stay there all the time. So, you know, usually in the evening is when we would do some schoolwork, probably write papers, study, read, just normal stuff like that. Lived in a normal dorm, but we didn't have roommates, so we each had our own room. And so we each lived on a floor with our classmates. In other words, there's 4 years of theology. So the first year people would live together. The second year guys would live together. So we lived on the hall together. We interacted. We prayed together. We did a lot of things together as a class to kind of form that bond, that unity. And each class had their own priest who was called a formator. And he was there to help these men grow into being into the priesthood. So he would be there to kind of instruct them in some other ways of how to live like a priest, how to be like a priest. So he was there to kind of help us along, and in our studies, if it may be, in our spiritual life, if it may be. So he was there to help us out and to show us, you know, ins and outs of being a priest. So that was pretty neat. We also, like I said, we had all those, we had sports fields, we had a big football field. So we had actual competitions with other seminaries. So we would have sports competitions where we would play soccer, flag football, volleyball, basketball. We had little trophies too. So whoever seminary won that year would get their name on a trophy, and they get to keep it at their seminary until the next year. So pretty much, you know, our seminary life always revolved around prayer, but it was very much also like a normal college experience. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you soon.